What's up, guys? Jake the Asshole here, and today we will be discussing a very mysterious topic, the Black Eye Club. I'm sure many of you have looked into this yourself. Many of you have heard of the Black Eye Club. Some of you maybe have not ever heard of it. Well, apparently, every celebrity who's ever been anything, anyone who's ever been anyone in the world of Hollywood and fame and politics, at some point or another, these celebrities, these politicians, these athletes, anybody who's ever been famous, at some point or another, they show up with a mysterious black eye. Typically, it's their left eye. They always have some sort of funny story or excuse to go along with it. For instance, Hulk Hogan said he got in a jet skiing accident. Meanwhile, none of the rest of his body was injured. We've heard people say funny things like, "I was trying to open up a jar of mayonnaise and I accidentally punched myself in the face." So these celebrities, athletes, politicians, they will show up on camera. They like to show off their blackened eye. And so it is obvious this is far beyond some coincidence that every one of these celebrities gets a black eye at some point. It can't just be a crazy coincidence that they all just at one point or another get a black eye and show up on camera and have a funny story to tell. So we throw coincidence out the window, of course. And it's easy to say all these people are in a big giant club. This is some sort of ritualistic inauguration into a club. But who is doing the blackening of the eye? What is causing the blackening of the eye? That is where the mystery comes in. And the mystery can go as crazy as being somebody delivering a punch to all these celebrities and politicians and athletes, or is it something much more sinister? Some people are saying adrenochrome causes this. Other people are going as far as to saying serpent eggs are laid into the person's eye and then they become a lizard person. Now, in the year 2021, I'm not going to throw any conspiracy theory out the window because I have no idea what is going on here, and that's why I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. As crazy as David Icke might have seemed to me a few years ago, lizard people is now an option. I'm accepting lizard people as an option to get to the bottom of this particular club. Now, I have not set my feet in the cement for any of these theories. I have not signed my name to any of these theories in particular. I'm simply going to go over the most popular theories. It's probably going to take me a couple videos, most likely 2 videos, maybe even 3 videos to complete all the theories that I want to talk about. But today we are going to start with the most simplistic theory, the one that I found first that seems the most plausible, is that this is a ritualistic punch, an inauguration into the secret club, if you will, and the punch could be delivered by the same person. Yes, it could be one guy who delivers all these punches to these celebrities, politicians, and athletes, and what have you. So today, we're going to look into the possibility of these black eyes being caused by a simple knuckle to the eye. There is a guy I found on BitChute who claims to be an insider on this sort of thing, and he claims to know who the person is who's delivering these black eyes and exactly how it occurs. Now, I'm not going to say that this guy's for sure telling the truth or he's for sure lying. All I'm going to do is say we're going to hear this gentleman out, we're going to hear his story, and this is going to be considered theory number 1, a simple ritualistic punch to the eye. And then we will move on in the next video to discuss theory number 2, such as adrenochrome, theory number 3, such as lizard serpent eggs being laid into someone's eye. And we can go even farther into 4, 5, 6 different videos, but we're going to start today in video number 1. discussing the possibility that this is all just a big ritual involving a punch to the eye. Now, I also want to point out that all these people with black eyes, not every black eye is created equal. If you'll look, some of them appear to even be painted on. Some of them are definitely legit. Hulk Hogan's eye looked terrible. Richard Branson had a terrible eye. And then some of these celebs just have like a tiny gray spot that looks like it could have been painted on. So I want to point out, not all of the black eyes are equal in my opinion. Some of them look fake, some of them look completely legit. So not everyone has probably taken part in the same ritual, if it is a ritual. There could have been several forms of the same ritual. So without further ado, what is the Black Eye Club? Theory number 1, ritualistic punch. Let's dive in.
Hey people, I'm gonna let y'all in on the inside scoop on this Black Eye Club. Everybody who's anybody gets one. And when they get it, they have to show it off. It doesn't work if you don't show it off. And so I've seen several conspiracies about this, and I'm not going to talk about them. You could see them. They're pretty crazy. But there's a big clue here. Oh, Tom Hanks hanging this note that says, "I am not allowed to talk. Don't talk about Fight Club." Right on 20 years ago, I was working with a club that put on an annual fundraiser for a charity. This club had a Nordic Wotan theme to it. I wasn't a member of the club, so I didn't have to take an oath, but I was respected and I had a good reputation for getting things done. So I saw some things and heard some things while I was there, and I saw this ritual take place one time, and so I was let in on the secret so I wouldn't get the wrong idea. So these clubs got a set of bylaws, and it's a list of things that you don't talk about or things you don't do to bring embarrassment on the club. So when somebody breaks one of these laws or talks, does something they're not supposed to do, everybody in the club shuns them. You've been ostracized. Nobody talks to you. Everybody shuns you. They don't answer your calls until you show the mark that you've done talked to the Master at Arms. And this is the mark of the Master at Arms. This lets everybody know that you're in the good. You've already talked to the Master at Arms. So the Master at Arms is a big burly guy like this. And he works out of his office, looks like this. And everybody says, you don't want to go on the bus. So one day I was outside the bus, and one of their young recruits had messed up something, and he had to go on the bus. And he come out with the black eye. And so when the Master at Arms come off the bus, he seen that I had saw the bus shaking, and he didn't want to give me the wrong idea. So they knew that I wasn't going to join the club. I wasn't the type, but he just didn't want me to have the wrong idea. So he gave me the story. So he told me, he says, our club isn't real strong. We can't afford to lose any members once we get somebody in, And so we can't have people running around embarrass us. doing wrong. So what I do is when you come on the bus, I give you a talk, and we try to make sure that you see what the problem is. You understand how it's a problem and how it has to be corrected, or you can't stay in the club. And then to give them a little more incentive, it's a little special, a little secret society within the club, and only the people that's been on the bus, know what that means. And so he said, I really don't try to hurt anybody. He said, but there's a way you do it. He said, you ball your fist up like that and just put that one knuckle out like that. And it just takes a little bitty dot in the eye, just a little tap, so you don't, try to break a bunch of bone structure and try to hurt anybody. But the blood vessels up inside your eye here, they don't take the beating like the rest of your body. They're all hidden inside that cavity, and they break real easy. And it's all you have to do is just take that little dot and dot them one time real easy, and it'll blacken on up without hurting anybody. And they feel like they're part of this secret society then, and they work a little harder for the club then. So that's what's going on is these people, they mess something up, and most likely it's something they said, not something they did. It doesn't matter what you do in that club. It's not going to embarrass the club because it's a secret club. These people, they don't even fess up to being in the club. They don't wear the colors. The only colors they wear is this here, or sometimes this. But it's when they say something that they're not supposed to say. That's when the rest of the community shuns them until they go get the mark of the master at arms, and then everybody knows that they're back in the club. We take them back in. All right, that's it for this one. Good day.
All right, guys, that will do it for theory number 1, a ritualistic punch. Let me know in the comments section down below if you guys think that this is the most plausible explanation. Let me know if you think that this gentleman is telling the truth or whether you think he's lying. Also, if you don't believe this explanation holds any truth and you think the blacking of the eye is caused by something completely different, let me know in the comments section what you think is causing these black eyes. Who is delivering the punch if there is a punch being delivered? If it's not a punch, then what is it causing the blackening of the eye? I look forward to seeing your responses down below. And also, make sure to stay tuned for my next video on the Black Eye Club. We will be discussing adrenochrome possibly causing the blackening of the eye, as well as lizard serpent eggs being laid directly into the eye to turn a person into a lizard person. Holy crap, yes, we are going to go there in the future. I look forward to it, and I hope you do too. Until next time, this is Jake the Asshole saying, don't join this club.